Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's David. I'm a mindfulness coach and an energetic healer. And today I want to talk about negativity. And I want to say something quite interesting, that negativity doesn't truly exist. Now that's an interesting saying. So stay with me here and let's see if I can't help you let go of that which is not real, so you can feel better in your life and allow the things that want to flow in to come on in. Now, why do I say negativity doesn't exist? Well, I'll use this analogy. If you have a plant, and the plant needs sunlight and needs water, needs fresh soil. So as you look at that plant, you'll see that it is always in a state of receiving, isn't it? There's an allowing part, or a strong allowing part that needs to come in. Now, I do Tai Chi, and Tai Chi is the same idea. We have to root and we have to allow the energy in. So one of the first things that we have to learn in Tai Chi is to relax in order to allow the energy to release, because it's been so tense trying to push everything away for most of our life that now it's time to allow it in. Like that plant, we need to learn to relax and allow, so that way something can come in. In Tai Chi, in this case, it's the energy of our opponent. So we can allow it in and put it back into the ground to release it back out. But from this idea of the plant, it needs to allow that sunlight and that water to come in so it can grow. If it doesn't allow it in, then it simply doesn't grow and it will die. And this is because it's not allowing. Now, what I want to convince you is that what we call lack, loss, and death is just simply not allowing. It's not allowing our sunlight and our water and our rootedness to come in, so therefore we can't continue to grow. Just like that plant, it has to root down into the ground, into the earth, in order for it to grow. And it's the same thing for us. We have to root ourselves. We have to allow ourselves. And that rooting and allowing is that love and appreciation for what we call earth. Right here. I love my life. And that's that feeling of satisfaction. You ever notice how that feeling just feels so good? Oh, I love to feel good. I love to feel appreciated. And then, like we talked about before, that vibration starts flowing. And this vibration is the allowing agent. Now we allow. So the interesting thing about the spiritual journey, and the same thing with the idea of law of attraction, is we want all these things. I want this, and I want that, and I want that, and we go seeking for all these things. But in reality, the journey is not about getting anything, but it's about releasing everything. Because we learn eventually that we're full. And what we're full of is that reason to not allow that sunlight in and that water in order to allow us to grow. We have reasons to try to stop our life from flowing. And that's what negativity is. Think about it. Positivity is flow and allowing and moving and growing and becoming. But what is negativity? It's the opposite. Not allowing, not growing, feeling small instead of big. So now we have these opposites, positivity and negativity. One of them allows life to flow in. One of them allows us to grow and become more and to expand. And the other one tries to take it away. It doesn't allow expansion. Instead, it moves towards contraction. In the way of mastery, Jesus talks about this from his vantage point. He says, I look down on earth and I see everybody taking their roots and tying them into knots, so that therefore they can't allow the water to flow through it. Trying to shade themselves so they can't allow the sunlight to come in. We use negativity in order to disallow our source and our life and our God energy from coming in. So the spiritual journey becomes about only one thing, really: allowing that life to flow through us instead of tying ourselves into knots and not allowing it. And because of that, negativity, even though it couldn't exist, because the only way it could exist is if there was no life. We are eternal beings. That's why the laws are so important. This is an eternal moment. You exist, the law says. You will always, always exist. So there cannot be that which is no life. In order to exist, you have to exist. So now we've created this other world that says we don't exist, and we're currently trying to make it real. Does that make sense? That's what negativity is. It's trying to make that which exists to not exist. Has anyone ever felt like they didn't exist? I remember I went through that period during my awakening where I just started closing down things in my life, and my future closed down. I was very anxious, felt like I couldn't do the things I wanted to. My mind was full, and I felt like I was consistently feeling like I didn't exist. That's what that world does. That's what it's trying to do. So now inside of our mind, not in reality, but in our mind, each one of us, we have a world that wants to flow, and a world that wants to move and exist, and another one that seems to kind of close itself off and trying to destroy itself by tying itself into knots. And the more you recognize that, that's interesting, Dave. I never thought about that before. Perhaps you're saying, I remember when I said that, when that clarity came through. Then you will see it in all aspects. Pain, anger, it's fullness. So therefore it's releasing. Pain is a release. Sickness is a release. What is it releasing? That need, perhaps unconsciously, but still they're the same, or that insistence that there's a world that doesn't exist. Do you see? That I should tie myself in knots, that I should not love my brothers and sisters, I should not love my creations, that I want to be somewhere else. Where's this elusive place that we want to be that keeps us dissatisfied where we are right now? And most importantly, not allowing our life to flow through us because of that dissatisfaction. Can you see? So I've learned there's a formula. And the formula is this: satisfaction is allowing. It's emptiness. It's emptying yourself up or out in order to allow something new in, which is just life. It's your sunlight. It's your water. And dissatisfaction is closing down, which is fullness. It's not allowing because it's full. And what is it full of? Perhaps regret from the past, or anger about someone else, or looking out in the world and railing against it because we're full of the insistence it should be somewhere else. Maybe it's full of the body hates me. The full of just hate for the body itself. So the more we understand, what are we full of? What are we dissatisfied with? And as you look at that dissatisfaction, you'll see it. Well, I wish there was this and this and this, and I don't like this and this. That's full, isn't it? And that's going to cause a release. And that release is going to come in the body, and it's going to come out in the form of pain. Or the mind's going to try to release through mind activity, but it has nowhere to go because it can't complete a full circuit. It has nowhere to go. So there's this idea of satisfaction, dissatisfaction. And I've learned that if we can find satisfaction now, can you feel it? If we can move towards positivity, not only because it feels good, but because it's real. Negativity is not real. You cannot suffocate life. Yes, we are creators, but we cannot kill God. We cannot destroy the source of all of life by trying to make ourselves not exist. You see, and that's what that mind That part of us, that fearful self, that's what it's trying to do. And the more we realize that, wow, I want to exist. If you want to exist and you want to feel good, then you must find positivity. The spiritual journey becomes now about not looking for anything to feel better or to feel more complete or to feel more special. It becomes about finding who you are right here, right now, this moment, simply by being satisfied where you are. It's not as difficult as we think once we realize that the other option is to not exist. I want to exist. You see, think about someone who's depressed. They put the sheets over their head and they don't want to go anywhere. They're full. What are they full of? Their dissatisfaction of their life. Things are not working out well. Where's all of that at? I've talked to so many clients, but Dave, I got this and this and this and this, and guess where everything they point to goes? The past. The past is done. Why use the past to close down your now? And the more you recognize, wow, if I let go of all judgment right now, which is just past, as Jesus says in the Way of Mastery, you wouldn't even know what a thing is. I would have no idea what anything was because I have no more past to judge it with. But can I convince you that the past is what's keeping you full? And what keeps us full of dissatisfaction? Because satisfaction is emptiness. When you're satisfied with something, you use it up. Does that make sense? We use up satisfaction and it continues. Oh, I love that. I enjoy that. What's next? I love that. I enjoy that. What's next? Dissatisfaction. Oh, I don't like that. I got to figure out why. Can you see how it slows down your energy? I don't know why that happened to me. Why are they doing that? There's this slowing down of that moment versus I loved that. I appreciated that. That was fun. That was joyful. Oh, I feel good. Things are flowing. One of them is trying to slow your energy down. It's literally trying to stop your life from flowing. Like the earth just slowing down on its axis. I refuse to go. And the other one's allowing it to flow through. Having trust and faith that there's a bigger presence that's taking care of everything. Therefore, there's no need to worry about the future or try to control it in any way. Because ultimately, that's what awakening is no longer trying to control the future and just giving it over. That's what surrender is. Not the surrender of your desires, but the surrender of the need to control anything at all that's not presently here. And then now, in this moment, I'm going to find satisfaction. I'm going to find it because it's real. And dissatisfaction is not. I'm going to find it because it allows my energy to flow and it feels better than trying to destroy myself by not allowing my energy to flow, which is impossible, by the way, but certainly uncomfortable. I'm going to find positivity because negativity is not real. I'm going to exist because I don't want to try to make myself not exist. And these are the only two options we'll ever have. Let go of the past. I encourage you. Let go of what hasn't been. Let go of your need to be somewhere else. Let go of your insistence that the world is fearful. Let go of your judgments of your brothers and sisters, which is what innocence and forgiveness is, and humility. Letting go in order to allow our energy to flow. Do it for yourself. Be selfishly focused on positivity and love simply so your energy can flow and you can allow this world in. It really is beautiful. And allow our brothers and sisters in and allow all of our creations in. And I bet you'll end up allowing all those dreams and desires that you've put out there that wants to come in too. Thank you guys. As always, it is up to you what you receive. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate it so much. I love sharing this clarity with my brothers and sisters. Hit like button if it speaks to you. Subscribe, share, and as always, keep those comments coming and